Stopping the fires of 1988 would have been like stopping Mount St. Helens from erupting.
Really seems very odd that a person can look at a butterfly, watch a bird, and not be excited about flight.
It's just careless of us as a civilization to lose a species if you can possibly save it. This island is not terribly attractive to people, and the birds like it very much, so we're encouraging them to nest here.
I'm Richard Leakey. It's a little over 75 years ago that the first magnificent national parks were established in America. In the American West, in the Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming, Mark Marshall works through the backcountry, looking after bison, bears, and sometimes people.
I've been a ranger in Yellowstone since 1976, and every time I go in the backcountry, I learn something new. How to do my job better, about what the animals are doing, about the plant life, about the lake, about the rivers, when the trout are spawning, whatever. I'm learning new things every time, and I've been here 15, 16 years.
This is what's left of a bison that died here a couple springs ago, and the bears fed on it for a couple weeks, and this is all that's left, just some fur and some bones. Yeah, it looks like the fire pit's been torn up, probably by a bear, looking for any unburned food or garbage that they left in here. Didn't burn it completely, didn't haul it out. Bear will dig in here, because he's probably found food before. Just some scraps of trash and things.
Once a bear's been fed, either you throw the bear some food from the roadside or you leave food in your campsite. Either way, a bear will, for the rest of its life, associate that spot and that sort of action with food. And if they get food again, and if they make it a part of their regular habit, they'll become dangerous to people, and that's too bad, because then a bear, because of people's stupidity, will have to be moved or maybe killed.
700 Bravo, 614.
700 Bravo.
We have a sign of bear activity at campsite 5E6. I'll be closing it for 2 days while we observe it.
Campsite 5E6 closed for 2 days. 700 Bravo.
Thanks, 614.
I really enjoy the backcountry just because I get to spend more time talking to the people that I meet. I can take the time to explain things, answer questions, find out about them, find out what they've seen. Hi.
Hi. Hi.
How are you guys?
Great.
How are you? I think I saw you guys last week.
You did, about
3 days ago.
3 days ago.
Can you tell us about the bison gorings that have been happening up here this summer?
Yeah, we've had kind of a rash of them, 4 so far. I can't imagine why people would want to get close to them, but it seems like they've got to get pictures. They've got to get full headshots. The bison look big, dumb, and slow. I don't know about the dumb. They are big. They're not slow. They can get up to 30 miles an hour in a very short amount of time, and you put that kind of speed behind 2,000 pounds, and you make a horrible wound in a person.
Move away, guy.
The Park Service tries to do everything they can to warn people about the animals, but sometimes it doesn't work. People either don't see the signs or ignore them or just don't believe that an animal that seems to be that slow can be any problem. You're taking pictures of the bison?
Yeah.
It's pretty. They'll get much closer than this.
My
zoom to get in closer.
Man and animal sometimes must make uneasy accommodation with each other in Yellowstone, but here the animals are considered the property owners and the people the invited guests, who are expected to behave accordingly. It's all part of an attitude that nature must be respected, even when that means devastation of the park by fire.
The biggest thing that I learned about the fires of 1988 was that when nature wants to do something, it happens. Stopping the fires of 1988 would have been like stopping Mount St. Helens from erupting. We couldn't do it by whatever means we tried. And the fires burned until nature put them out. The public hopefully learned that natural fire is part of this place. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just part of it. And it kind of brought home the idea that Yellowstone is a place to preserve the process, the interactions of all the elements of the ecosystem, and that fire is one of those things. Yellowstone Park's most special quality, I think, is the wildness of the place. There's elk and bison and deer and bears and waterfalls and geysers, and they're all spectacular by themselves. But you put them all together, and in this place where man has kept his hands off for so long, they're all doing what they do naturally without our interference, or with as little interference as we can possibly have. And I think that's the most special quality of the place. I enjoy my job almost all the time. When I'm back here doing backcountry ranger work, I love it. Of course, there are times when I'm hot and sweaty and clearing trail and maybe covered with bugs that I've got to remind myself that I'm having a good time, but usually I am.
And coming up next, a man devoted to teaching the world how to fly.
By focusing a lot of attention on efficiency, we can get by using much, much less power.